motions to his pants and is like, I have a gun.
He was planning to shoot up and bomb my home.
I literally got spit on. He goes, that's for being a Zionist.
Hello and welcome to Gaza Graduation Part 2. Today we flip the script and see how the lies spread about Jews and the Jewish state have affected Jewish students on campus. Tell me a little bit about some of the Jew hatred that you guys have experienced this year.
During the school year, I took a photography class, and this one girl, I will never forget this, the photo that she chose to put up, people burning baby dolls that were redheads that I assume were the Bibas twins, and my teacher said verbatim, this is the most majestic photo I've seen in my 25 years of teaching.
Oh my God. That was your professor?
Yes, and this was before any Israeli retaliation, October 8th. I pulled my professor aside after class, and he looked me in the eyes and compared Israel to Al-Qaeda.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Wow.
Antisemitism exists. My teacher came in wearing a keffiyeh. She sent us an email, said that nothing anti-Semitic was said or done at this encampment. That's not true. I was there. I have videos of them saying, bring back 1948, we don't want a Jewish state.
Raise your hand if you guys have seen faculty involved in the encampments. Wow. Almost every single hand. Wow.
Last year we had a protest in front of ZBT, a Jewish fry. We had people hail Hitler and
Students?
Yes.
Singing Hail Hitler?
Yeah. But my professor was there with a giant flag. He pointed at me, called 3 of his friends over, and he had them record me so that I would be on all of their social media.
The professor?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I had a professor and a group of students all accuse me of being racist because I posted something that supported Zionism, and they attempted to remove me from my position. If they had tried to remove me on the basis of being Latina, it would be an entirely different conversation.
Yeah, so they had to come up with something else.
Exactly.
The building that I live in received bomb threats. There was a student who posted on a website how all Jews are pigs, all Jews are baby killers, and he was planning to shoot up and bomb my home.
How did you feel in that moment?
Sense of doom. It's terrifying.
That's awful.
I'm pretty sure it was the MSA.
Is that Muslim Student Association?
Yeah, called the Jewish students pigs and said that they were gonna come find us and kill us.
And this is a student organization?
Yeah.
It's really, really disappointing to see that the level of anti-Semitism that's been entirely normalized on our campus. You've had physical violence, you've had verbal assaults, you've had even medical staff refusing to treat an Israeli student. Professor Joseph Mossad, he wrote an article on October 8th calling October 7th and what Hamas did awesome, incredible, something worthy of jubilation and awe.
I saw
and
that.
the university did nothing.
Yet they just kicked out Shai Davidai, an Israeli professor who has spoken up against students being harassed for being Jewish primarily on campus.
Israeli students are targets. They look for us, they harass us. I've been called a Nazi multiple times. A student tried to hurt me physically.
Wow.
And I had to sit on a class with him to the rest of the semester.
Did you report it to the authorities?
Yes, eventually I ended up dropping the class.
Wow. And that student's still at the school?
Yeah.
Wow.
50 students gathered around me and said there's a Zionist who entered our encampment and just pushed me as a human chain. I asked my deans to come and see what I'm going through. While I was speaking to my dean, I was attacked by another person. Students at the new school weren't coming to the universities for weeks, afraid for their physical safety.
As a Jewish student, I felt unsafe anywhere I go. I choked up.
What were some of the things you heard?
How many babies do you kill? I literally got spit on. You're walking and a guy comes up to me, spits on me. I was in front of a police officer and I was like, hello? He goes, that's for being a Zionist.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that. It's just awful.
On Yom HaShoah, SJP painted on a wall in the middle of campus, student-led intifada, you can't hide.
Do you think if these students actually knew the truth, do you think there's hope that they would change their position?
Slowly but surely. The amount of times that people were shocked to hear that someone like me can be proud of my Zionism, proud of my Israeli heritage, and passionate about both the safety of my family and my hope for one day a two-state solution and a thriving, independent, dignified, safe Palestinian state. That blew their mind. They barely knew to understand that because they've been brainwashed.
I saw that they had spray painted October 7th is forever. During midterms, we were in the library and we kept hearing Baruch Hillel go to hell, Baruch Hillel go to hell. Just to hear the one Jewish club on campus being called out by name felt so eerie.
Hillel is quite literally supposed to be a safe place for Jews.
Yeah.
We're feeling less and less safe as time goes on. They took pictures of a whole bunch of students and they were posting them. You see the comments saying now I know who to target. I've seen that girl. Oh, I'm going to be looking around for her in our building. And It's a small school. They know who I am, but I don't know who they are.
They followed us to a new student dinner and blocked the entrance and were harassing and intimidating Jewish students.
Were they fellow students, or you think mixed with outside agitators?
It was definitely mixed. I was pretty vocal about that incident, and in response, SJP put out a post specifically called me along with 3 Hillel staff members out and labeled us genocide enablers.
Wow.
One thing that we as Jews kind of feel weird about, and whenever you have conversations with people about this issue, they say, as a Jew, you should know what genocide means. You bet your ass we know what that means. We know of the persecution in the Spanish Inquisition, in Nazi Germany, Eastern Europe.
They use the word genocide, by the way, because Jews, objectively, went through the biggest genocide in human history. So they're using that specifically to gaslight us.
Friday night, going to Shabbos Center, there's someone at the top of the steps, motions to his pants and is like, I have a gun.
Were you scared?
I was scared because when someone's at a Jewish institution and says, I have a gun, like it's obviously targeted. Anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism on campus, this isn't a new issue, just that now we're starting to see it be even more tolerated.
On the 1-year anniversary of October 7th, we had been planning a vigil, and to have some kind of memorial for our victims has nothing to do with supporting Israel. It has to do with remembering the lives taken, and they planned on protesting, and they did.
I tried to have a conversation with the SJP president. She immediately had her phone in my face, was calling me vicious things.
Yeah, they won't even engage in conversation.
Ultimately cornered me, and I ended up having to leave. It's highly problematic that the president of SJP cannot have a conversation with me when they're able to reserve public spaces at Penn State.
Do you think it's because they know that you're going to present them with facts that completely contradict everything they're saying? So Gen Z obviously has the biggest problem right now with Jews in Israel. Are you more angry at the bigger picture, or do you hold these young people accountable for not looking up the facts?
I think you can look at it from both ways with regard to people having a sense of ignorance. At the same time, it's a problem with social media. We can sit and have all of our information come to us because we feel like, oh, it's the internet. The world is in our hands. And that feeling is like, what else do I need to do?
There's an irony that Gen Z has more information at their fingertips than ever before, and yet they are spreading more falsities than any generation in history.
Of course. With this video, you've heard all of these testimonies from all these people about anti-Semitism on campus. Share this video with your friends. Get the word out that this has happened.
I have been on the front lines of fighting anti-Semitism on college campuses for the last year, and even I was shocked to hear some of the accounts that I had heard here today. I feel so proud to call myself a Jew and to be sitting with people who are going through hell, and yet you guys are still finding ways to show your courage, to fight against this, to fight against the administration. Anybody watching this, please share this. Their voices need to be heard, their pain needs to be heard, and this has to stop. Thank you guys so much for sitting down with me today. You guys have all been amazing, and Am Yisrael Chai.